everybody, Cutthroat Thier here, bringing to you another Advanced Maneuvers Honest Product Review. In today's product review, we're going to be going over a token set provided to us by Broken Egg Games. The one we are talking about is the Elite token set, which was recently featured, I think about a year ago in a Kickstarter, and is now open for to the general public for sale. The set that we're going to be talking about is the actual full set that comes with 7 different types of tokens, 5 tokens of each type, and currently retails for $24. Of course, I've got my co-host here, Nablis, and we're going to get right into this and let you guys know a little bit of the benefits and weaknesses that we feel about this product. All right, so let's talk about the different tokens that you get in this set. As I said earlier, you're going to get, for the $24 price point, you're going to get 7 different types of token, and each token is going to come with 5 individual ones. So you're getting 35 tokens for the $24. So a little bit under $1 a token. So of course you're getting Disruption, Souls, some pretty fire right there. Stationary. Knockdown.
Everyone's favorite.
Of course. A few corpse tokens for your minion players and some of Cricks. And Corrosion for our friendly Legion players. So let's go over, so I'm going to pull out one of each and we're going to put them all down, and then we can go through the 5 different sections and discuss about where we think these tokens measure up. All right, so once again, as in any review that we do on Advanced Maneuvers, we're going to talk about the 5 major points of any product that is on our rubric. So the 5 points that we're going to be going over is the cost of this product, the usefulness of this product, the availability of this product, the quality of this product, and the aesthetic. So as always, let's talk about the cost. So you're getting 35 tokens for $24.
So I think the price point is right. I do think you've got a... I think you're going to be buying more than one there, right? I don't think that the base purchase is going to be enough if you're really trying to utilize something. Because fire, if you're setting stuff on fire, you're going to need more than 5 fire tokens. Especially if you got a really good recursion game going on, you definitely hope that you're going to need more than 5 corpse tokens.
So just by the price point, each of these tokens come out to about 68 to 69 cents each. So one thing we definitely have to talk about when thinking about the cost is, yes, you are getting 35 tokens for $24, and you're getting 5 of each type of token. Broken Egg does offer individual extra sets of these, which cost $4, and you get an extra 5 tokens. Something that is included in those is you can get ones that actually have, especially for when you're talking about the corpse tokens or the soul tokens, they actually have numbers on them. And I know as a Cricks player, you use those actually quite often, don't you?
Yeah, I'm definitely using the one with the numbers. So you have the 1, 3, and 5. So with Terminus, and I'm on Feet Turn and I'm collecting souls, they definitely, having the numbers on here definitely saves in space. And I also use the ones with the base so that they stand up as well.
So that's another thing. They do have an option that these are the set that lay down, so they lay flat like most tokens do. Broken Egg also has an option where you can get these where they stand up, and thankfully, that's actually the same price point, $24 for 35 tokens.
Yeah, and I like the option of choosing, because the knockdown, I've never used the stands. I always just lay it beside the model and say he's knocked down. Whereas for the souls, I think I would prefer the stand.
So like you're sitting here and you're going to throw down the knockdown, you just would toss it in like that?
Yep. I'm generally, even with the point, I'll point it at the model. He's knocked down.
So, I mean, honestly, the cost, as you said, 68 cents, it's not so bad. All right, so let's talk about the usefulness. How useful is a tool like this?
So in a tournament setting, I think they're very useful. You know, they're easy to recognize. You're not going to get them confused, and it's going to definitely make things accessible and quick. So you're able to pick up that game state really quickly, and you're not having to dive in and see what the individual tokens are. So I think they're useful. I think they're pretty. I think they add a lot of aesthetic and appeal to the game, just for calling out the different effects.
Do you think there's anything on these that would make them a little bit more useful? Anything that you would suggest? You know, do you think that somebody who would go out and spend the $24 to get this with that price point, do you think that this is something that, you know, even playing in tournaments, do you feel that buying this product maybe over another product might be beneficial?
Well, the benefit is that they're just so recognizable and easy to identify with. That's definitely what you're paying for here, is the style. You know, this isn't going to make your game any better than any other token. This is definitely aesthetics and style. It's pretty, it looks cool, and it definitely, I think, makes things easier to call out game state.
Definitely, I'm going to say that I do feel that these are super useful. You know, being able to walk down, and especially like having like my my Storm Troll here punch your guy, and if you were a Warjack, being able to throw down Disruption, like I know 100% that is disruption. You know, like there's no question of it.
Yep.
Knockdown, souls, corrosion, fire, stationary, corpses, like all of these are very, very dignified in what they do and identifiable. So I definitely think that the usefulness there, being able, you know, even against a new or an experienced elite player, like these are going to stick out pretty well. Let's talk about the availability. As I said earlier, these were available on the Kickstarter, and it was actually a super good deal, and the Kickstarter was completely backed, and all of the products went out. Broken Egg Games was really good about getting that out. Now these are available to the general public. I know when we were recently at Nova, these were available there at their stand. And as I said, they do offer them in packs of 5 for $4. So, I mean, definitely, you know, maybe this general set that you get is offering a newer player or somebody that's, you know, getting into the game, or someone that's just trying to get their basic level of status tokens. These are going to work real well for that.
Oh, they're going to be perfect for that. Yes, I agree.
But I do like the idea that as a company, they're giving us the option to be able to kind of move into focusing on a certain token. You know, if I'm playing Menoth, you know, I'm going to need a lot of fire tokens. It's just the way it goes.
Yep.
So definitely being able for $4 to buy another 5 fire tokens is going to be super helpful, and it's pretty good. They are available online. You can get them anywhere. Some stores are picking them up because of their, you know, usefulness and available, you know, so that does make it more available.
When we were at Lock and Loaded and we went to that game store on the West Coast, I saw these tokens.
Mox's boarding house.
Yep, I saw them in there. Yeah.
So I mean, definitely they're popping up more. They're definitely a lot more available than some things that I have seen. A good thing that these, something good about them that makes them a little bit more beneficial is that if you are ordering something else, such as a token set or widgets or templates or anything else, this is an easy upsell. Just throw it in your you know, cart if you're trying to get to that free shipping point, or if you're trying to get somewhere. That's definitely helpful. And if it's available and happens to be at a location that you're at, you know, $4 for 5 or even the 35 for 24 is pretty helpful.
Yeah, and if you're wanting to add on to it, you want to consider adding on the extra tokens with the numbers on it. For me, as a Crix player and gathering souls, having the ability to switch out to put in the 3 souls and then switch that out when I reach to 5 souls to having just 1 token instead of multiple, it definitely has a really good clean game state, good presentation.
And that can be really helpful, especially when you're on a death clock or something and you've got all those tokens down. Having 1 there that you have to move, especially in a game that's become so precise, has to be extremely beneficial.
Right, and I use 5 tokens like with Terminus and you're on clock, and generally that's been fine for me even on my greatest feat turns. You know, they stack up pretty nice. It's a good clean state.
Okay, so let's talk about the quality. One thing I did notice when you get these tokens, as I said, these tokens were brand spanking new. We just pulled them out of the package. One thing that they do have, this fire one does not have it on it, I've noticed. But most of these have this like brown backing to them, which is actually from, I'm pretty sure from when they went through production. Mm-hmm. So one thing I do notice, you don't have to pull them off, but you can easily take them and just using like your fingernail or, you know, something like that, you can pull this backing off. And, you know, it definitely shows once you get this back off. They actually have both sides have the same symbol. And I actually think the side that has the backing on is actually the nicer side.
Yeah.
So it's actually like indented. So, you know, put a little bit of focus here. I'm going to bring the camera in a little bit and let it focus real quick. Bring it out a little bit.
Yeah, so this is the protective covering.
There we go. So when you look at this, you can definitely see like this is the side that the protective covering was on. And if I would flip it around, you'll see that this side is a little bit more like solid, where you can see like a little bit of the glare. Where if I spin it back over and I move this, you can only see the glare from the actual like acrylic.
Yep. But still, that's just, those are top notch. I mean, the whole video we've been showing the back side of them.
Exactly.
Which is nice. We haven't been getting any glare from the light, but I mean, they are absolutely top notch.
I mean, even when you put them down, like that right there, I mean, these two have, these are the actual acrylic side, and we're still not getting any glare. So the quality, so these are made out of acrylic.
Yep.
As we can see, they've got the artwork that's on the inside. What are your thoughts on the actual overall quality of these?
I mean, it's going to be really hard to scrape these, you know, like this is on there, like you're not going to ruin the finish, you know. I
mean, honestly, if we had to take it, I'm just going to grab something from over here, just a little tool. We got a pair of tweezers right here. Just because I'm not going to end up using the disruption one as much, I'm just going to take this and I'm going to rub it. And this is actually, as I said, a sharp tool. And I mean, honestly, using a sharp tool, we do get, like, there's a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, but honestly, I had to, I didn't just take my fingernails or something. I had to take a sharp object and actually scratch at that. So I don't know if there's much that could stop that. But it just says, you know, don't take a sharp pair of tweezers and scratch at your tokens.
Well, I mean, most people that I've seen have the token case, right? So even if you scratching on it, you know, it still looks...
Exactly. Like I scratched it down here at the bottom, thankfully, because I'd like to use these. And even if you look at these right here, you can barely see the area that I scratched just because there's so much going on in this. As I said, a little bit did come off. But I mean, I had to get a pair of sharp tweezers in order to make that actually lose some of the material with the pictures on it. So I mean, otherwise, I mean, these are pretty sturdy. Like I don't see, like I'm sitting here putting a decent amount of weight into this, and you can even see like the whites in my fingers, and it's sturdy.
There's no rough edges. There's no mold lines. You know, I mean, it was cut crisp, clean. Quality's top notch.
They're super light. You know, I've seen like metal tokens that people have had, or even like, you know, stuff like that. Like people have the little wood identifiers.
Yep.
And these are definitely really nice, especially when you consider that one of the main options that you're looking at is, you know, a lot of people who might be starting into this game might have started with the Privateer Press token set.
Yep.
And I mean, it has tokens, and I would say that these are definitely the same, about the same sizing, definitely the same weight. I would say a little bit better quality, and these look a lot better.
Well, these just convey the message, you know, definitely.
So definitely when it comes to the quality, I think that's where they're really benefiting. Like these, when they call these elite, you know, I definitely think at the top of the top of the charts. You're looking at the actual quality with these. So I mean, for the $24 price point, you're getting you're getting something that's absolutely really pretty, but it's gonna last. So unless you're doing something like I just did, where you're scratching at it with an X-Acto knife or a pair of tweezers trying to prove a point, I don't see these getting torn up very quickly. I mean, even a model sliding against them, you don't have that sharp edge, so.
Yep. And the aesthetics of these is top notch. This is the goal. This is what you want your board to look like when your opponent's looking across, or when people are seeing you play. This definitely conveys elite. This is top notch.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. Like, I definitely would say when it comes aesthetically, these are super nice. The pictures are very, very clear, as we've seen in some of Broken Egg's other products.
Yeah.
They're very, very clear. They're very identifiable, as we've said. Honestly, like, they are very pretty. Like, if I'm looking across, even though Fiora may be setting my entire army on fire, looking down at about 20 of these, at least I have something pretty to look at.
Yeah, if you bought the 20 tokens and you ever have the opportunity to drop them on your opponent, you're definitely going to think to yourself, that's money well spent.
Yep. I would definitely say aesthetically these are a 5.
Oh, without a doubt. Like, this is the line for the industry to beat. If you're building a token set and you want to be top notch, this is what you got to take down.
I mean, overall, these are just a great product. I have to say these are good, very well done. All the way across the board. I think the lowest scores I set on this were for cost and availability. And I mean, even the cost isn't that bad. These are a solid product. Like, definitely I would watch out for, in future battle reports, seeing some of these on the table, just because, they're very useful. I definitely want to see what other options are out there.
Yeah, I'd love to see what options are out there. And if someone's got a product that they believe is better than this, I want to see it.
Yeah, it's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge because, even with Privateer Press, with their stuff, which a lot of people have been using for many, many years, you put that down and I mean, it works. It's very useful. It is going to give you the, it's going to give you what you need. But when you set these down, like, not only are you being very useful, and not only are you having a product that, conveys what you're trying to do, but I mean, it's absolutely beautiful while doing it. If you're a speed player, or you're trying to, make yourself razor sharp, and you're looking for something that's going to be easily, able to tell you where you're at, these are definitely a good set of tokens. Really high ratings across the board. I think the price point's really good, $24 for 35 of these, and you have the option to basically pick up extra sets for the ones that you might need. All in all, this the Broken Egg Games Elite Gaming Set overall is a very good deal. And if you are looking for a token set that you would want to try, this is definitely one that I would suggest.
Well, I mean, the name says it all, right? I mean, I'll definitely give them that. If you're wanting to come across as that elite player, this is the token set that you have in your box.
As usual, thank you everybody for tuning in and watching this review of the Broken Egg Games Elite Gaming Set. I want to thank Adam at Broken Egg Games for supplying these to us to go over. And once again, I want to thank Nablis for joining me tonight to make sure that we bring to you guys another honest review.
It's always fun. Looking forward to reading the comments.
If you have any comments or concerns, please leave them below the video. If you have any extra questions, feel free to ask them. Once again, this is Cutthroat Cure from Advanced Maneuvers. Thanks for tuning in.